Today we're going to look briefly at what limited government and unlimited government are. We'll look at the definitions, some examples, and how to differentiate between the two. Limited government is led by citizens. So that means everyone, including the authority figures, must follow laws. When you have a limited government, usually they are structured with a document called a constitution. This document kind of paves the way for what the government structure should be like. It usually has details in it about rights for citizens, and sometimes other laws to keep all the different branches of government in check, so that way leaders cannot take advantage of the powers that they have in the government. Examples would be us. We have a limited government. Canada also has limited government, and several others that you can see there. So in our government, people get to vote. That is how we make decisions and how we pick our leaders. Other countries, however, are not always this lucky. Some countries in this world have what is called unlimited government. So what that means is that control is placed with one person in charge, one ruler, and that person has no limit to their power or their authority. Countries like China, North Korea, Saudi Arabia have someone in charge that pretty much makes the decisions and sometimes does whatever they want. So let's compare the two real quick. With limited government, you have multiple parties, which means when you vote, there are multiple political parties to choose from. So if one group doesn't match the ideas and opinions you have, then you can always find another group that does. We have free elections. Doesn't just mean that you don't have to pay for these elections, but people can participate in elections for their leaders. With unlimited government, you only have a one-party rule most of the time, so only one political party in charge, and sometimes there are no elections. For example, in Saudi Arabia, they have a king, and when the king's time is done, he will pass that leadership on to his son, and it will stay within the family, so no one else has a chance to become the leader. Back to limited government, limitations are placed on the rulers by laws and a constitution. So our leaders, they can't do whatever they want. Sometimes they think they can, but they can be arrested for crimes just like any other citizen can. They are not above the law. With an unlimited government, any written laws they have are usually suspended or held back, and sometimes they don't apply to the leaders. The leaders can really do what they want. With a limited government, we have freedom of speech and protection of other basic human rights. So, for example, in our country, you can say whatever you want. Sometimes there are consequences for what you say. Obviously, you can't, threaten somebody's life. That'll get you into some trouble. But you can voice your political opinions, your disagreements with the government. But in an unlimited government, some countries make it illegal for you to talk bad about the government. And so all you ever hear are good things, which can be misleading to the people. Now that's a brief rundown of limited and unlimited. The next thing we're going to look at is the Constitution of the United States, and that will be the next lesson.